Welcome to Let's Go Deep, the podcast that skips the small talk and gets right to the good stuff. I'm your host, Cris Redford, speaker and transformation life coach. Each episode, I sit down with fascinating guests for real, unfiltered conversations about what they love and what they're truly passionate about. It's honest, funny, and refreshingly real, because the best conversations always go deep. Hi everyone, welcome to TLC Transforming Lives and the Let's Go Deep podcast. Today I am so excited because I have my friend Jeremy Cameron here from the Modern Mystiq, and that's Mystiq with a Q. And today we're going to go deep and talk about some really cool subjects and then something that's passionate for him. So Jeremy, I'm so glad you could join me today. I'm really excited about it.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here, Cris.
Yeah, absolutely. So what do we want to talk about today? What are you ready to go deep about?
Let's talk about changing somebody's life from the inside out.
Changing somebody's life from the inside out. That sounds amazing. All right, let's do it. This sounds fun. All right, so how does that work for you? What do you mean when you say that?
Absolutely. So with myself, my own experience, and my clients, my friends, what I've seen is that our outside worlds are just mirrors for our inside worlds.
That's good.
And what I've noticed is that for everything to change around you, the only thing that has to change is what's going on inside you, because it's all a mirror. Ooh. And I was talking to a client earlier today, and they were sharing how they don't feel like they receive appreciation from other people. And I asked them the question. I was like, do you appreciate yourself the way that you want other people to appreciate you? And they looked at me and they stopped for a minute and they said, no. And I told them, I said, you teach people how to appreciate you by the way you appreciate yourself.
Whoa, okay. That's cool. So when we think about that, I just want to stop at this moment because I think that's a pivotal point that a lot of people don't miss, they miss, and that they're out there trying to seek something and I'm not getting this, or my boyfriend's not giving me attention, or I don't feel attractive. That's a big one, like body image stuff. So if they're not feeling that, is what you're saying. If they don't feel that and project that out, other people can't receive it or give it back to them.
And people will actually show up in their lives and treat them the way they treat themselves, because it's so hard for people to look inward. And so what ends up happening is people around them actually mirror back what's going on inside them, because it's hard to see in them.
Wow.
So you can possibly see what's going on around you. And once you can see that, if you have the awareness, then you can go inside.
Okay. So for example, with the client, would that be something that you have them pause and reflect? Or like, how would you walk them, maybe not that specific client, but how would you walk them into a little bit more of an awareness stage in that point?
So what I would do, and I had this come up with 2 clients today.
Oh, really? Isn't that funny?
And in both cases, they were asking about how people around them show up. And in both cases, I said, you can't control or you can't change how anybody around you shows up.
Okay.
All that you have to control is how you show up for you. And the impact of you showing up for you, the way that you want other people to show up for you, provides an invitation for people to show up. And you're teaching people how to show up by the way you show up for yourself. Wow.
Okay. I really like that. And so what comes up for me when you're talking about that, because I love talking about energy. I feel like I'm very big into the energy of people. For me, energetically, you're sending out the energetic signal of what you want. And if yours is like, I'm not lovable or nobody shows up for me, you're actually sending that out and they're coming in going, okay, well, we won't love you as much as you want to be loved and we won't show up for you. So that's kind of an example of what you're saying?
Yeah. So let's say there was a TV station and it was called I'm Not Lovable. And so I tune into that station and I start broadcasting on that station, I'm not lovable. And all of a sudden I have all these other people who are feeling that same way. And they're showing up going, hey, guess what? you're not, I agree with you, you're not lovable.
Yeah.
And because it's the energy, it's that people who tune into that TV station or tune into that frequency, if we use the energetic term. If I put the energy of I'm not lovable out there, you're going to get energy that matches that back to mirror it to you that says, you're absolutely right, you're not lovable. Would you like to change that?
Yeah. So, okay, so a little deeper. So you're sending out the signal. They're matching your signal of I don't feel lovable. Is it also the person that they don't feel themselves as lovable? Do they match that same thing, or do they just mirror the energy of you? Does that make sense what I'm asking?
Absolutely. Okay. That's a great question.
Yeah.
And sometimes I think it's both, and sometimes it's either.
Okay.
So sometimes it could be a trauma bond where there's two people who both don't feel I'm not lovable, and they end up joining and they end up commiserating and creating an I'm not lovable relationship. Whatever that looks like. It could be a friendship, it could be a family, it could be romantic. Or sometimes we put out I'm not lovable and we get somebody who's like, great, I don't want to love you. And so let me show up with as little effort as possible. Let me breadcrumb you. And I'm going to show you just how not lovable you are. And I'm going to show up because this is exactly what I need to meet my needs.
I mean, honestly, it's kind of blowing my mind right now because so much of that is what we're doing to ourselves. Like it's so, and the breadcrumbs, that analogy of somebody just giving me just a little bit and it's not enough. Oh, that's good. I like that.
And so many people, they just go from relationship to relationship, whether it's a friendship or whether it's a boyfriend or girlfriend. And they're like, okay, it must have been that person. And then they get into the next relationship and it's the same thing. And then they get into the next relationship and it's the same thing, playing out over and over and over. And they're the common denominator.
Yes. All right. You guys hear that? We're the common denominator. So I always say, kind of like, you point that finger back at yourself, not at the person. That's really good. Absolutely.
And the cool thing about it is the only thing that needs to change is you. And you have complete control over that. And you can change whenever you have that awareness. So the way that I think about it is the first step is awareness. So everybody's mirroring back this behavior to you. Let's say the I'm not lovable.
Right.
And I wake up and go, oh, the last 8 people I've dated have all shown me that I'm not lovable. Is there a common theme here?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm not lovable. I can keep sending that signal. I can keep sending that belief. I can keep feeling that emotion. Or I can make a change. And the cool thing is I can make a change whenever I want. Because once I have the awareness, I have the ability to make a change. And once I have that ability to make a change, I'm stepping into my power. Because the ability to choose and the ability to be in your power are the same thing.
Wow. Okay. So say that again. One more time.
The ability to choose and the ability to be in your power are one and the same.
Wow. Okay. So do you guys hear that? Is there anything for you guys that are listening to this right now going, shoot, I actually do that. There's one thing that maybe I can change. So awareness, now they're in choice. How do they actually make a movement towards the shift?
And so there's a lot of ways to do it.
Okay.
And sometimes it's as simple as changing a belief or changing a habit or changing a behavior.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's a lot deeper than that.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need to go deep because let's go deep, right?
Right. I love that. Yeah.
And sometimes I can get there myself. And I've spent a lot of time learning how to get there myself.
Yeah.
And sometimes I need support. In fact, a couple weeks ago, I called Cris. And I was like, I need support. And I knew that there was something in me. I had awareness of something that was showing up in my life in a particular way. And I knew that I needed help to work through it. And she was able to work with me and guide me through it. And in that few weeks, because I shifted my internal world, everybody around me is showing up differently. Like I'm literally seeing what I'm talking about playing out in my own life in real time.
Wow. I bet you that feels really good.
Oh, it feels so good.
Does it sometimes blow your mind like, wow, I can't believe this is happening? Like, am I on camera?
Right, where's the hidden camera?
Where's it like, Is this really happening?
Am I getting punked right now?
Right, right. So I love the way that you brought up about how when we have awareness and we can make shifts, but sometimes we need somebody to help us. From my understanding, and kind of with when I work with clients also, is that our brain is our protector, our mind, and it creates stories, but it also is to keep us from getting hurt or whatever the things that come up. And if we're trying to make a major shift, that it won't turn off enough to turn off the protector so you can do the deeper work. And so that's why working with somebody that knows how to hold the container allows you to relax enough to know, I'm okay, I'm safe. I have Jeremy here that will hold the space for me and help guide me to get to where I need to go.
A lot of people are really smart.
Yeah.
I work with a lot of really smart people. And really smart people are really good at figuring things out that they're conscious of, that they're aware of.
Yeah, true.
And 95% of the behaviors that we do by the age of 35 are subconscious.
Yeah, right.
And we need to be able to access that layer. And being able to access that layer, a lot of people don't know how to do that.
Right.
And it's really hard to do on your own.
Yeah,
Because
I agree.
you have to be able to drop yourself into a relaxed state. You need to be able to hold the relaxed state. Then you need to be able to hold yourself in that container. Then you need to be able to ask yourself the questions and figure out the answers. And it's a whole bunch. And sometimes I can do it. Sometimes I can't. It's typically a lot more effort. And I can typically get a lot deeper, a lot faster if I have somebody helping me.
Yeah, I agree too. I'm pretty good at self-navigating also. And I call in the big guns. He's one of them. When I need some support and guidance into getting into the deeper parts so I can create the safety and let go. And so I agree. Yeah. So the type of clients that you work with and that you are able to show up in this way, can you give the listeners kind of an idea of who's the clients that you like to work with and who show up?
Absolutely. The clients I love to work with, they're ready. They go all in. They show up big for themselves. They're value driven. They're all about the value. They're all about changing their lives. Yeah. They might have worked with other modalities, other people before. They might feel stuck and they're ready. Yeah. They're ready to say yes and they're ready to go all in on themselves.
Right. And that's important because in order to make the deeper change, you have to be okay and willing and be vulnerable and be able to want to pursue the deeper work. And I will tell you, it's worth it on the other side when you do. But it's fun and it can be amazing work when the people show up. That's great, Jeremy.
And there's times where it takes bravery.
Yeah.
It takes bravery to face the thing that might have been avoided or might have been stuffed or might have been uncomfortable or unwilling to look at. And there's times where it can be hard. It doesn't have to be. But there's times where we can deal with hard materials in a gentle way. And there's times where we're just dealing with a lot. Yeah. And it's like, I might equate it to like surgery. Okay. Going into surgery can be painful, which is why you get put under. True. And there's a recovery time. And when you come out of it, you're likely going to have a much higher quality of life. Every client I work with, when they come out, they might say, I'm so glad I did that. I feel so much lighter. I feel so much better. I feel so much more freedom. Right. Yeah. I've never had somebody come back and go, you know what? That was fine. It didn't work though. Right. Never had it. Yeah. And sometimes the shifts might be a little bit more gradual and you don't realize how fast they are. And you're like, until you look back one day and go, oh my gosh, I'm not feeling that pain or that story or that pattern isn't happening anymore. Yeah. And I worked with somebody yesterday where we were working on something emotional with them. Okay. And as we were, their spine actually straightened and their physical back pain went away as we were working over Zoom.
Okay, so you weren't even together, so it wasn't like a physical like manipulation or something like that.
Right.
This was the healing of what you had. This person, we don't know, your client let go or shifted or changed, created a shift in their physical body. Whoa, that's pretty cool.
Literal back pain shifted out of their body, and we were in 2 different states.
Oh, I love that. That must feel so good.
It feels so
to be
good.
able to support and show up that way.
And it's been so fun because I've been seeing so many clients as they release the trauma, because trauma gets stored in their bodies.
Absolutely.
And so as they release the trauma that's stored in their bodies gets permission to return to its optimal health. And we've seen optimal health happening in real time.
I love that. That must be, I just think that's so cool. Thanks for sharing, actually. That's really great.
Of course.
Now, a lot of people struggle with wanting to do it. They want to do it, but they have fear. The fear of like, oh my gosh, what am I getting into? Am I going to be, I hear this, am I going to be in a ball in the corner crying? But what I love about what you do and how you work with your clients is it can be fun too.
Absolutely.
And I think that's one of the things you love to do is to bring some fun into the process. So can you share anything that kind of comes to mind of working and having fun, but actually doing some deep stuff?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So there was recently a person I was working with, keeping anonymous, and they wanted to tap into their imagination. I was like, oh, this sounds fun. This is right up. And so we're working together. And one of the things that I like to do is, as we're working with a younger part, is find out who that younger part could be supportive to them.
Okay, all right.
And so I asked the question, and we were working with a young part, I think like a 7-year-old version of this young man.
Yeah.
And I asked the question, I was like, who would he trust, or who would feel really good for him to support?
Yeah.
And the guy goes, I don't see anybody here but Bing Bong from Inside Out.
Bing Bong? Oh my gosh.
And I was like, all right, let's work with Bing Bong.
Awesome.
And all of a sudden, it's just like, it turns into like a scene from Inside Out. It just gets so fantastical and so, oh my gosh, look at this. Oh, what about this? What about this? What about this? And just so playful.
Wow.
And they ended up getting this imagination, and it was so cool. It was so fun. And just noticing the look on their face when we were done it was like the little kid had permission to come home again.
Right, because a lot of us, people have, they have to adult too soon in their life. Maybe they were the parents of the parents, and different, everybody has different stories. And so the inner child, a lot of times, doesn't get to be seen, heard, or come out. And so to be able to bring the play into it in order to help heal and move on, I think that's fantastic. That's a great story.
I was working with somebody just last week who had to grow up too fast, had to be the parents. The parents were absent. And now they're finally getting to play in their life. And they've called in play, and they've called in dance, and they've called in fun. And they're getting to enjoy that part of their life that they never had. Yeah.
Well, it's so funny is in my family, I was always considered the young spirit, and my kids are like older souls. We joke about it because I'm always like, when I'm 85, I'm going to Disneyland, I'm dragging the grandkids and whoever wants to come with me. But I do believe that play is super important. And when we're too serious all the time, it's not a good balance.
Right.
And so I love that we can bring into play in order to heal and shift and change.
Absolutely. I think that's great. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And play is so fun. And movement is fun. And dance is fun.
Yeah.
And just letting ourselves being childlike. Because there's a big difference between childlike and childish.
Yeah. Okay. So, do you guys hear that? There's a big difference between being childlike and childish. I love that. And it's true, right? When you've met people, you're like, you are childish. Like, come on. Like, can you show up? And then there's people that you just want to be around because they're so much fun and they bring out the energy of you. Yeah. I love that.
Yeah. There's some people where it's like, oh my gosh, hey guys, let's go play.
Right.
And they're so fun to be around.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then there's people, you get around them and you're like, you are emotionally this many right now.
True. Right?
Uh-huh.
When you can start recognizing somebody's age, when maybe even a partner or a friend or a family member, and you're like, you're 12 right now.
Uh-huh.
You're not going to get anywhere when they're 12 or 4. Yeah, that makes sense.
I was having a conversation yesterday with somebody.
Yeah.
And something came up, and I just looked at him and I said, it sounds like you're dealing with a person who has the emotional maturity of a 5-year-old.
Right.
And they were like, oh, good point.
Yeah.
I can't reason with that.
No, because they're 5. Absolutely. Yeah. Now, for you, I know your evolution. You've been able to bring in a lot of play and movement. And I remember in the beginning, like ecstatic dance was something that you got to allow your body to move. And that was the way you started to bring in play. And it's shifted you over time.
Yes.
Is there anything else you would like to share with everybody to maybe give them an idea for some that maybe are like, I need to bring more play in. How do I even do that?
Yeah. So for me, like, it's getting back to who we were at our most authentic selves.
Yeah.
And for me, my most authentic self was like 3, 4, 5 years old.
Okay.
Because this is before we start learning that we have to fit in. This is before we start learning what normal is like. Yeah. And I was talking to a client last week about the difference between fitting in and belonging.
Ooh, another good one. He's got some good nuggets.
And fitting in
Right.
requires you to be small sometimes. It requires you to fit a square peg into a round hole.
Right.
It requires you to let go of your authenticity for community.
Right.
And belonging allows you to be yourself. And it's like, oh, are you,
belonging.
Is that all of you? Can you give me more? Because I want more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Going, oh, are you at an 8? Because I want you at a 12 right now.
Right. Yeah. That's great.
And the people who you belong with. And we were talking about energy and tuning into the frequency. But when you're tuned into frequency and you're with people who are in a similar frequency, you can just belong.
Yeah.
And be yourself. And being yourself is celebrated.
Right. It's so interesting because one of the thoughts that came in when you were talking about getting back to the age where before you had to shift or change or, like to not be who you are. The vision that popped in my head was the young girl that was singing at the top of her lungs, playing music and dancing in her bedroom. And I loved to do it. But I didn't think I could sing. So this is a true story. This is something I've been working on for the last couple of years. And I am now doing karaoke.
Yeah.
I'm doing open mic night and I'm doing all the things and it's fun. And I had a lot of beliefs and things I had to work on to let go and heal. But my inner child of getting up and singing and loving music is happening now in this adulthood. So it was a great example because that's what came up for me.
Yeah.
So,
and I remember summertime, would just take the top off the Jeep and crank up the music and just sing at the top of our lungs.
Right.
Just go drive around.
Right. Yeah.
And I would do that as a teenager. And I was like, why not do that now? Let's just go pick some fun music. Let's go put it on and let's go drive around and let's just sing.
Yeah.
Like, that's fun.
Right.
Let's go find people. Let's go to a comedy show. Let's go laugh together. Like, laughter is so healing.
I love laughing. I love it.
Let's go find people and just be ourselves.
Right.
Let's be unapologetically ourselves. Whatever play looks like to you, whatever your most authentic version of play looks like.
Absolutely.
And I remember a fun story from Hawaii a couple years ago. I went to Hawaii.
Yeah.
And I'm staying at this resort. And this resort had a water slide. And I loved water slides as a kid. I had season passes for the local water park.
Right.
And so I see this water slide, and it's a bunch of kids in line, and then there's some parents with their kids making sure they get down safe. And I'm like, I really want to do this.
I can only imagine seeing you there.
And I'm sitting there, and I'm just sitting there going, I really want to do this.
Right.
And finally, I go get in line. And so you see the line, and it's like, kid, 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 me, kid, kid, kid.
Right, because how tall are you?
6'5".
Right, and he's hanging out with a bunch of 10-year-olds, probably.
A bunch of 4 foot something.
Right, pretty much my height. No. Yeah.
And I get in line, and I go, And it's so fun. And I reconnect with like that 8-year-old, that 9-year-old, that 10-year-old, that 12-year-old who just loved it. And so I run back and I get back in line.
Yeah.
And I go again. And I love it. And run back and I get back in line and go again.
You do it again?
And after about the third time, I look back in line and there's some other adults in line with me.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I don't remember hearing that.
And they
part.
were just
That's
waiting
so cool.
for somebody else to do it because they wanted to do it secretly, but they were waiting for somebody else to step out and do it and give them permission to be themselves.
Wow. Okay, so for those of you listening and watching, any thoughts come up for you? Jeremy and I are now giving you permission to go do something fun. Go do something that you wouldn't normally do, that your inner child gets to experience. Because I tell you, it's amazing and it's so enlightening. It lightens your load, it lifts your spirit, and you'll feel a shift just by doing that.
Go play in a playground. Go run through sprinklers. Go find something fun to do. Go play laser tag.
Right. Yeah.
Just something. Go play paintball.
Right. I
Just
love that.
pick something that's fun. Pick something that you enjoy.
Right.
Pick something that you loved to do as a kid.
Yeah.
Even if it feels terrifying, it'll feel so liberating to do.
Yeah, I think that's great. I love that. That's really fun.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. We do a lot of fun stuff like
Absolutely.
that. Absolutely. Play. So is there anything else maybe you'd want to share that you think would be important for the audience to know, or kind of maybe some experiences with some clients that maybe that would be interested for them on kind of what you do and work with? Yeah.
Absolutely. So a lot of my clients, they are coming in and they can access what they can access. And so we start off and we figure out what are their goals? What do they want to work on? And it's all about them. And so one of the most important things that I've learned in the work with my clients is, and one of my friends says this so beautifully, can't do it alone and nobody can do it for you. And she's an amazing coach as well.
Wow, that's great.
And as much as I love working with people, I get to sit there. And my client yesterday, he said, "You get the best seat in the house, don't you?" And I was like, "Yep." And I get the best popcorn as I'm watching you change your life.
Wow, how fun. How exciting.
And so I can show up with tools. I can show up and hold an amazing space with love. So can you.
Right, right.
And they're the ones, my clients are the ones, your clients are the ones. You're the one doing your work.
Right, right.
I can't do it for you.
Right.
And I don't want to do it for you. Because if I do it for you, I'm saving you.
Right.
And if I'm saving you, that means I think you're a victim. And I don't think you're a victim.
That's empowering.
I think you're a victor. And I think you have the ability, once you make a choice, to create whatever life you want.
Oh, that's great.
And I'm happy to help you.
Yeah.
And I get to watch you do it because it's safety first, then it's awareness, then it's choice.
Yeah.
And then it's the life of your dreams.
That's amazing. Lucky clients, lucky clients. Well, what's really fun too is that you love what you do now. It doesn't exhaust you. It actually re-energizes you.
Absolutely.
But you didn't start with this,
No.
just like me. I didn't start in the work that I do now, in the Let's Go Deep and working with clients. My background was 25 years in medical sales. I worked with surgeons, hospitals, regulated, very stressful, loved it, and totally different than what I do now. And for you.
And when I met you, I was in technology consulting.
Yeah.
And had done years and years and years in the tech sector. And I got into this because I was passionate about it.
Yeah.
And I ended up going all the way and being promoted to an associate partner as a technical consultant. And I got to the point I was like, wow, I'm on top of the mountain. And I think I'm on the wrong mountain.
That's good. Okay.
So I had to walk in and go, it's time for me to shift because I can do this. I'm really good at it. I'm well compensated for it. And my soul's just not happy right now.
Right?
And so I was like, I believe I can have it all.
Me too.
And so if I can have it all, can I create something that's sustainable, that's financially abundant? Can I create something that's time abundant? Can I create something that I can do from anywhere in the world? Can I create something that lights me up, that I feel lit up about, that excites me.
Yeah.
And yes, I can, and yes, I am.
Yes, you are. Right? I love that analogy. I'm on the wrong mountain. It's so funny too, because I realized one day, and I was like a lot of people out there, burnout, my health wasn't great, my relationship tanked all of a sudden, you know, all sorts of things happening, and I needed to make a shift. And for all of that, and I love what I do, and I now create the life that I want. I now am able to travel. I create my own schedule. I don't have to do a resume, which is something that I used to have to do all the time. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't do another resume. So in figuring out what we want, then we can manifest. And I do believe also that you can have it all. And that's kind of why I've created the Who Am I, the course, because it's a parameter of trying to look at, okay, we don't know who we are because we're looking out of the lens and masks of others or parents or society. So we're operating, that's not even us. So we learn to let those go. And now we can kind of decide, who am I? And it's a great adventure. It's a beautiful way to bring in play and discover, like, who am I now? I don't know. Let's figure that out. And then the end is, well, if you know who you are, now you can manifest and you can have it all. And that's pretty much what you've done.
Absolutely. And I've been through the Who Am I course a couple times.
Yeah.
And it's fantastic. And what I've realized is that in order for me to manifest what I want, I have to be really clear on who I am.
Yes.
Because the universe doesn't respond to what I am. It responds to what I'm authentically broadcasting.
Right.
And so if I want to be receiving manifestations that are in alignment with who I am, I need to be broadcasting who I am authentically.
Right.
And so if I'm wearing a mask, it's my work to remove that mask.
Yeah.
Because if I'm wearing a mask, I will receive something that matches the mask.
Yep. And yeah, absolutely.
And then I
true.
even worked with somebody where they were like, I'm so good at wearing this mask and everybody loves this avatar that I've put forward.
Right.
And I'm not sure how they feel about me because all they see is the mask.
Yeah. And for those of you that are maybe like, I don't understand, or what would a mask be? A mask would be like people pleaser. That's the most, you know, the one that a lot of people are. So if you're responding to people or saying yes all the time or doing all these things, but deep down you're exhausted and you're like, I really don't want to do that. I have no desire to do that. That's a people pleaser mask. And the mask is there for many different reasons. It could be, that's how I feel I deserve love. That's how I bring in value because I am doing something for somebody. So that would be an example of a mask. And you're not being who you are. So if you're pleasing everybody else, are you even pleasing yourself? Do you even know what you like or want? Yeah.
And I remember the first retreat we were on.
Yeah.
And I had literally just met everybody like 2 days prior on the Zoom call.
Yeah.
And I flew in to Utah and we were in person at this amazing house. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, all right, I'm doing this new thing. I want to fit in.
Yeah.
Fit in. And I want these people to like me. And so I was sitting there going, all right, how can I show up in a way that's acceptable?
Yeah.
Okay, how do I show up in a way that's not too much? Because I've done that.
Right.
It didn't work. I was, hey, pick me, I know the answer.
Right.
Nobody likes that guy.
Nobody
likes that guy. And I've also been the guy who just try to be the cool guy.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, how do I land this plane? How do I pick something right in the middle? And I'm sitting there and we're going through these exercises. We get to the energy part of the exercise. I'm like, no. I'm like, these are all energy people. I'm not fooling them at all. They're just reading my energy. They're seeing right past the mask.
Yeah.
And it was the most terrifying and the most liberating thing. I was like, I guess I just get to be myself and see what happens.
Yeah.
And here we are 5 years later and we're still friends.
Yeah, absolutely. Even closer. And it's so fun to be able to be your authentic self. There is so much freedom in that. And for me, in I call it my previous life, my medical sales life, I was all business. And so I would keep my personal life, my business life separate. Nobody knew anything. And so that's so hard to connect with somebody when they're this straight-laced business person. And now I'm like, what you see is what you get. I'll share stories because I think that's important. And here I am. Like me, not like me. That's okay. I like me.
And the more I like me,
yeah.
the more I'm giving everybody else around me permission to like me.
Absolutely. Just like the water slide.
Uh-huh.
That was a great example.
Uh-huh.
I love that.
Yeah, because people can feel when somebody likes themselves. Like, you want to be around somebody who likes themselves.
Yeah,
it's
you can feel it.
It's a different energy than somebody who doesn't like themselves.
So maybe for those of you out there, is there something you could do to kind of see how people react? Maybe you used to not, like you go to the grocery store, make it a point to look somebody in the eye as you're checking out. Give them a couple seconds more of eye contact and a big smile to see if you could shift somebody else, and then they'll feel your energy and whatever's authentic to you. That's just an example. And see how people respond. It's pretty cool.
And I remember I was at a retreat about a year ago in Nashville, and it was a meditation retreat, Joe Dispenza.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm there, and it's 2,500 people from around the world.
Wow.
And like, I have this big breakthrough in joy. And I come out of this meditation, and all I wanted to do on lunch break was go around and just smile at everybody.
Yeah.
And so I literally just went around and smiled at everybody. I didn't care how anybody else responded. It was my gift to them.
Yeah.
And I was like, whatever they do with that is theirs.
Right.
But I just want to give you the gift of a smile. My eyes lit up with joy.
Yeah. And how did you get a lot of responses, or was it like it just didn't matter?
Didn't matter.
Didn't matter.
Didn't matter.
Oh, that's so cool. I love that. Yeah. It's funny because sometimes I smile all the time. I just do. I can't help it. When I'm obviously in a better state, it's bigger, but it's my norm. But on those off days, and I've walked down the street, I've had random people come up to me, especially, and I'll have my head down because I'm not in a good mood, right? Looking at come up to me, get into my space and say, hey, smile. And these people don't know what I normally look like, but whatever frown I have on, it does not agree with these random strangers. And I've had it happen to me 3 or 4 times. It's really powerful because I can't not smile. So we can actually shift people.
Absolutely.
That way.
Ourselves, we're shifting everybody around us.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when we show up as joy, it gives everybody else permission.
Yeah.
To tap into their own joy.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. Well, okay, so this is one of my favorite parts of the podcast and the reason why we do Let's Go Deep is I like to ask the guests to share something that they're passionate about, or we can just talk about and go a little bit deeper than what we would normally be talking about. So I'm going to ask you, what is it that you want to go deep about?
Ooh,
yeah.
That is such a great question.
Yeah.
And let's go deep about the difference between for love and from love.
Okay, the difference between for love or
from love.
From love. Okay.
Yeah, and I had this realization in a meditation in a swimming pool.
In a swimming pool? Okay. All right.
I'm sitting there just in this meditation, and I'm a musician.
Okay.
And I started remembering the times where I played for love.
Okay, gotcha now. All right.
And there might have been a cute girl there. Or I might have had friends in the audience, or I might have wanted the people in the band to think I was a good musician.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was doing it to impress people.
Right. Okay.
And it was about people outside of me.
Okay.
And then there was times where I've played from love, where it's just like, I just love the music. And and it just feels good. And it's just an authentic expression of who I am. Yeah. It's just coming through me. It's from love.
Yeah.
And then it took me into creation. And it asked me the question, think about the times you've created for love. It's like, ooh.
Ooh, yeah.
And that hit all my non-musical bones.
Yeah.
And it started flashing parts of my life. Friendships I had created for love. Relationships I had chased for love. And then it said, now think about everything you've created from love. It's like, and then the invitation was, everything you create holds the frequency of the energy that you created in.
Okay.
And so it was like, everything you've created for love, can you go recreate it? Because you're such a powerful creator from love.
Okay. All right. So did you do that? Did you pick a couple things that you did where it wasn't for love, but you ended up doing?
Yep.
Wow. Okay. This is actually really cool.
I grabbed a piece of paper.
Okay.
Drew a line down the middle.
Yeah.
For love on the left, from love on the right.
Wow. Okay.
And started just writing things down.
Wow.
And it was like, all right, so 4 love's going to go on the left, and I'm going to shift it over to the right. So by the time I'm done, everything's going to be on the right.
Oh, that is fascinating. I would have thought, this is great, because I would have written down what I did for love, and these are the things that I did from love. But you're saying you moved things over to the other side. Shifted
as
that.
I recreated.
As you recreated.
Uh-huh.
Okay, that's fascinating. I love that.
Uh-huh.
And so how did that turn out? Is there an example maybe you want to share? If not, that's okay. But,
so there were some friendships that I needed to go redefine.
Oh, okay.
And I got to have conversations with those friends and say, hey,
yeah,
the way I showed up, I realized like it felt like I was kind of trying hard in that friendship.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like I was being my authentic self.
Yeah.
And I'd love to really get to know you.
Wow.
And
that would be awesome.
I was like, would you be willing? Can we start our friendship over?
Jeremy, that's so cool. And so deep. Honestly, that is, wow, that's powerful. Okay. Makes me go, who do I want to do that with? I think I'm going to think about that, because I know there's people out there that I definitely did that. So when you made the shift, you reached out to them. Did they agree?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And so that shift in you, was that like just like, what was maybe some of the feelings in your body or something like, so people tangible, so they can go, oh, that's what it feels like.
So it felt like it was coming from the heart.
Okay.
So one of my favorite sayings that we've all heard from when we were kids is speak from the heart.
Right.
So for me, what that means is speak from the heart.
Yeah.
And so the way I like to do that is a lot of times in the past, I've spoken from my brain. And I've sat there and I've rehearsed exactly how I want to say it. Okay,
we've all done that.
How's this going to play out? Okay, let me try it. I'm going to refine it. I'm going to refine it. I'm going to refine it. I'm going to ask chat.
Right. Oh, yeah. Right.
And I'm going to make sure I nail it.
Right. Yeah.
And in a world of artificial, authenticity is landing so big.
Right.
And so what I do when I'm about to go have a real conversation is I'll pause. I'll just go, all right, just feel my heart. Yeah. Feel love in my heart for that person. Yeah. Breathe and just speak. Just let the words flow. 93% of communication is nonverbal. Yes. So even if I get the words wrong, even if I get the words horribly wrong, and I have before, I've gotten the words wrong before. Wow. And I've had to look at a friend and they were like, huh? And I was like, would it be okay if I had a do-over?
Right. Can we just rewind this?
Can I back up like 2 minutes and can I try to say that again? And they're like, absolutely.
Yeah, instead of trying to squash it or just play with it, because, maybe dig yourself deeper into a hole.
Because there's times where like I rehearse it doesn't go the way I want, and then I'm feeling awkward, and then I'm trying to save it, and then that gets worse.
It does. And then you're like, shoot, now my foot's in my mouth. Yeah.
And now we're in conflict.
I really pissed him off. Oh, that's so great. Yeah, it's interesting with you talking about speaking from the heart. A lot of times I have found that when I'm in a conversation with somebody, or it's not even a disagreement, you're just not meeting at the same place, like with my partner. And I'll put my hand on my heart and I'll be like, what does my heart want to say? Because my mind is like, I don't know, whatever it's saying, it's protecting me, or it's coming up with stories, or I'm pulling back. But when I lean into like, what does my heart want to say? It's amazing what comes up. And I've done this actually in a conversation where I was like, what does my heart want? And my heart was like, I just want a hug. And I was like, okay, we're just going to act on what my heart just said. Even though we may not be speaking or like something's going on, I just said, I need a hug. And just say with the heart. I mean, the walls, everything just goes whoosh. Because I'm not speaking from up here. Yeah.
And people want to connect heart to heart. Yeah. People want to connect on a deeper level.
Yeah. And I think when we're in our minds, we still want to operate from our heart, but our minds they're wonderful. They're great. And they can get in the way. And it gets in the way of true connection, and that's where we get kind of stuck and paralyzed sometimes. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
And I tend to think about the mind, the body, the heart, and the spirit as like a 4-piece rock band.
There you go. I like that.
Each part plays its part, and it plays it perfectly. So the mind is so good at solving logical problems.
Right.
Like if I need to get from A to B, the mind is perfect at it. If there's something, some kind of a list I need to do, if there's some kind of a goal I need to achieve, the mind is great at that. If I need to figure out 15 different possible options, weigh the pros and cons, the mind is so good at that. I love the mind. Like it's a member of the executive council.
Right.
And when it comes to relationship, that's like asking a fish to climb a tree, because relationships and relational is emotional.
Right, it is,
And that's the heart. And so it would be like a French person and a Chinese person trying to talk.
Yeah, absolutely. So I love that. Well, this has been great. I love your topic and kind of sharing it with the audience about Let's Go Deep. This is what my favorite thing, and this is why I started this podcast. I created the Let's Go Deep community. It's an online community. We meet monthly every third Tuesday of the month at 6:00 Mountain Time. And the idea is that we get to go deep in conversations, because I got tired of the surface level. I wanted to meet really cool people. And we pick a topic every month and we just allow it organically to go deep. And it's really, really fun. And I think it's important that we have these great conversations to share, and everybody has something that we want to, that people are interested in. So I appreciate you coming on to the Let's Go Deep podcast. It was wonderful having you. If people want to get to know you or get a hold of you, it's Modern Mystiq with a Q. And that's the best way to access you and find out more at your website and what you do.
Yeah, Modern Mystiq. Replace the C in Mystiq with a Q.
Love that. Yes. So thanks again for coming. It was really great. I appreciate all of you for listening and watching the Let's Go Deep podcast. I'm Cris Redford. This is Jeremy Cameron. We had a great time. Thank you for your time. We really appreciate you. Thanks for listening to the Let's Go Deep podcast. If you love this episode, hit subscribe and share it with a friend, because real conversations are meant to be shared. You can find me on Instagram at cris.redford, or join my online community, Let's Go Deep, for real conversations and true connection. Until next time, let's go deep.